Hi everyone, Julia here, hello from Sweden and welcome to a new video. And in today's video I want to show you all my finished journals of this year, of first half of 2023. It's already July and now we are right in the middle of the year, so I decided to show you all my finished journals first and also tell you a bit about which journals I will continue to use and which not. I made a video in the end of last year with my journals and planners set up for 2023, where I was showing all the journals that I plan to use this year. And I think mid-year is a good time for reviewing and updating this setup, and I noticed that some of the journals didn't really work for me. I struggled to keep up with them and I'm not going to continue them. And also I want to try a few new journals in the second half of this year, so there also will be a second part of this video, like a follow-up video with my updated journal setup for the rest of this year. But first I decided that I will show you all the journals that I already finished in 2023, and it turned out to be 11 journals. It's quite a bit already. I thought that it will be maybe 5 or 6 or something like that, but it turned out to be 11. Most of them are travel journals or daily journals. So today I will show you all these journals that I already finished, and will tell you a bit about each of them and if I'm going to continue with this kind of journals or not. So I divided them in a few categories. So there is 1 junk journal, 4 travel journals, 3 daily journals, and these are kind of like miscellaneous 3 different journals. And I have a full flip-throughs of all these journals on my channel, so I will leave a link to journal flip-through playlist where you can see all these journals in detail. In this video I won't be showing a flip-through of every journal in detail because I already have these flip-throughs, and there are a few journals that I just finished, in particular these 3, so I don't have a flip-through of some of this yet, but I already filmed it and they will come out a bit later, probably next week or some maybe even this week. So you can find all the flip-throughs in the playlist called Journals Flip-throughs. And I think I will start from the junk journal and then slowly we'll move on to other journals. Quite a big pile of journals. So this was my junk journal since I think 2021 even, because I finished 2 inserts in this journal. I made it in a traveler's notebook style with this kind of cover where you can exchange the inserts, and I finished 1 insert last year, then started this one, and then finished this one this year. And I decided that it's already time to put this journal to the shelf. So the second insert will stay in this cover, and I want to make a new junk journal a bit later, but in summer I decided to take a break from this kind of big format junk journal. I still have a small pocket size junk journal, like a smaller journal, very similar to this one, where I make different collages. So I will continue with the smaller size, and then sometime in autumn I think I will make a new junk journal. So this journal will stay on the shelf now, but I'm going to continue with my junk journal adventure. I have junk journals basically since 2019 when I started my journaling journey, and I still love junk journals, so I will continue, of course. Then next category are travel journals, and I finished 4 different travel journals this year already. I've been traveling quite a bit already, and there are still a few trips planned for this year, so I think in the end of the year I will have even more travel journals. Now I'm working in 2 different inserts, one passport size like this one for short trips. So I already started a new one. This was a first passport size travel journal that I finished. I never tried passport size before as a travel journal. It always seemed for me like it's too small. But this year I decided to try it for short trips and I really liked it, so I already started a second insert. And also I have 3 regular size inserts. This is a accordion folder insert that I was showing recently. That's one of the latest travel journals that I finished about a weekend trip to Gothenburg in June. So in case if you are interested, there is a flip through of this journal. And then this was a first one of this year, so it starts from New Year trip to Denmark, two last days of December 2022, and then January until, I think until March, is it? Until March or so, or even April. Yeah, it's until April. And in this insert I have a few different trips, some longer trips and also a few shorter trips. So I also have a flip through of this one on my channel. You can find that in the playlist. This was another one that I finished not so long time ago. I also have travel journal with me series where I filmed all the process of making pretty much all the pages in this particular journal. This one is also only one trip. It was a longer trip, like 2.5 weeks to the Netherlands and then Stockholm. So all this insert dedicated to one trip. And I really love my travel journals. I think they're still one of my favorite journals. So of course I will continue with travel journals. And then these 3 are my daily journals. I think this is the first one, and that's the first one, January and February. And I also was showing these journals already a few times on my channel. And these journals are basically a collection of good moments of every day, different good things about each day, some small good things that make every day good and special. And I collected here a lot of packaging from orders, from happy mails from friends, also different business cards and receipts and stuff like that, and also many cute stickers, mostly animal stickers that I really love. So yeah, this journals is basically my daily meditation. In the end of the day, just sticking something to the page and writing down a few good things about each day. And so far I finished 3 of these journals. So this was a second one. This one is a bit of February and March. And I really like that these journals are very colorful and kind of chaotic and messy. Not like my usual style. With these journals I just relax and don't really think about what I want to make, don't plan anything, just stick something to the page and enjoy the process. And usually I also really like the result. I like that everything is so colorful and kind of mix of different things. And this was the latest journal that I finished, a bit smaller format. This is A6 format, and this one is from April and May. And now I'm working also in a smaller journal, even a bit smaller than this one. My summer daily journal, and I'm going to continue with this format because I really enjoy doing it. In the end of the day, it really helps me to relax and calm down, and also to actively think about some good moments of each day and appreciate them more and concentrate on something nice and positive, because there is always something good. There are always some nice small good things about each day. Yeah, so these are 3 daily journals, and these 3 are all different journals, and I finished them recently. So first one was this nice purple cover. That's my book journal of the first half of the year. It was enough exactly for 6 months, and here I just keep track of all the books that I read. Mostly it's just printouts of covers, some small decorations, and some short information about each book, sometimes also some quotes from the books, and some prints of art related to the books or stuff like that. But mostly it's just like an analog version of good reads for me. I really like this journal, and I like that it doesn't take much time to do this, because mostly I just print the cover, write some short information, and just add a few stickers. I don't decorate a lot in this journal. I use mostly just stickers and some washi tapes. But I really like that this journal is also very colorful and fun to flip through it. And I already started a new insert for the second half of the year, so let's see how many books it will be in the end. And in this journal I have exactly 50 books. On the last day of June I finished book number 50, and I didn't plan it like that, but yeah, somehow it turned out that I read exactly 50 books in this half a year. Then next one is what I called a stationery journal, and idea behind this journal was to keep track of the new stationery that I buy for my personal use, for my journaling hobby. I didn't include here anything related to my Etsy shop, or to stickers and journals that I make for my Etsy shop, because all the things here are for my personal use, for my journaling hobby, and also happy mails from friends, some gifts from friends, basically everything stationery related that I bought for myself or got as a gift. I wanted to keep track of what I order, and also kind of recycle the packaging right away, use it in this journal for decorating the pages, and also try out the new things that I received right away, like some stamps or stickers or washi tapes, and kind of to have an overview of all the stationery that I bought or got from someone sometime. And I think for some time I also was writing down the prices of the orders, but then at some point I just stopped, and I wrote down here things that I ordered this week and also what I received, and those things that came later than in a few weeks or next week that I ordered here. If I received it this week, then I wrote it down here then again on the next week, and used the pieces of packaging and different things from those orders or happy mails, just to kind of to have an overview of new things. And I still kind of like this journal. I like the idea of it, but at some point it became more like a chore, and I skipped a few weeks when I was traveling. like here, and I decided to leave it blank. And also then later in May and June when I was traveling, I also didn't use this journal for a while and then was trying to catch up on it. And it became kind of stressful, and I decided that I don't want to continue with this journal in the second half of the year. So it was kind of fun to try it out. I want to continue with this kind of journal in the second half of the year. And at some point I realized that I don't really enjoy it anymore. So I will continue to journal about some new stationery that I buy or happy mails or whatever, but I decided that I just will include it to my daily journal. So if I received something interesting on this day, then I just will include it to my daily journal. I will write it down in my daily journal and also will include some packaging, because anyway I also was doing it already in my daily journal. I always also wrote down here if I got some package from a friend or some gift, or if I got an order from some shop, and also included some thank you notes here. So I was already doing it anyway, and I think I just will continue to do it just in my daily journal. And the last journal that I want to show you, it's a undated Travelers Company weekly insert that from the beginning of the year I was using it as my personal planner. So I was writing down here some personal plans, nothing work related, because I decided to separate it. Last year I was using this kind of insert for everything, for work plans and for personal plans, but this year I decided to separate it, and for a while I was using it as my personal planner, but then I got a new work planner, and at some point I noticed that anyway I write down pretty much everything in one planner. Again, in that work planner, also some personal tasks as well, and that it's more convenient for me to have everything in one journal. So I continue to use it, my work planner, as a main planner, and I also write down there some personal tasks. And I also have a monthly insert from Travelers Company for like a monthly overview of my personal plans. So at some point I just started to write down here kind of like a weekly recap, just some things that I did on that day, some events, concerts and stuff like that. So basically similar to my daily journal, but just a bit shorter form. And I also tried not to repeat things too much. Yeah, I think from end of March or from the beginning of April, like from this week, I think I just started to use it more like a weekly recap journal, and I finished it more like a weekly journal. Some weeks are pretty much empty, just decorated, but like, yeah, this was a festival week, so I know that I was on the festival this week, and I like how this looks, and I instantly can see that, like, okay, this week I was on the festival, and all the week was pretty much the highlight, because festivals are always great. Also same here. I was at Metallica concerts this weekend. Yeah, so I decided that I won't start a new weekly insert as a personal planner, because as it seems at this point I don't really need a personal planner, or like I write down all my plans in one planner. So I decided to continue with this kind of weekly recap format, and want to change it a little bit. And I already prepared 2 different inserts, 2 kinds of weekly journals, but I will show you my updated setup then already in the next video. And these are all the journals that I finished this year so far. I think I showed everything, so if you liked one of these journals and want to see them in detail, then you can check out the link in the description box. But I hope that this video was interesting for you, and I hope that you will join me then in the next video, where I will be showing my updated journals and planners set up for the rest of the year. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next videos. Bye!